9:02. I think this is everyone. Should we give it a few more minutes?
Roll with it, man.
Cool. All right, let's get started. So, hi everyone. Lisa asked me to share a few thoughts today on, how I've been using social media and online platforms to really grow my brand and grow my following, both personally and professionally. So I'm going to walk us through a few things that I've learned, what's working for me, some tools that have helped make it a little bit easier. And then I'd love to open the floor up to discussions and questions that anybody had, so we can kind of collectively talk about this and see what everybody thinks, because I know social media is a very hard thing to do, and there's a lot of different ways you can do it. So from what I've seen, there are really two main approaches to using social media in your real estate business. One of them is going to be staying top of mind with your sphere. So this is where a lot of people start, because I think it's easy. You're just pretty much reminding people that you're in the business without constantly selling, and that's usually through lifestyle content, photos with your kids, weekend adventures, quick wins of your career, or behind the scenes of your day-to-day in real estate. That way people kind of follow your journey and think, oh yeah, Kyle's in real estate. We obviously know that, but he's also a real person. He takes his kids to Disney, he enjoys life. So it's all about, staying connected with your sphere and in a more personal, top of mind and natural way. Another approach that I think that you can take is building a lead generation funnel. And honestly, this is a path that I've been focusing on more recently. And my overall goal is to turn my social media and online platforms into more of a lead gen and database building machine. And I've done this with experimenting a few different formats. I used to have a partnership with Land ID, still talking with them a little bit, and I was creating informative videos that showcase their platform as well, but also sprinkled in a little bit real estate content to try to explain to people, this is a great tool to use on the real estate side, but here's what I can offer for you. One thing that I found to be super successful, and that a lot of people is kind of their go-to path, is going to be your property and community tours. Some of my highest viewed videos are going to be a property tour that I did at the coast. I've done a few ranch tours for some of our listings just online, and that kind of taps into more of the fast-paced, more entertaining driven kind of that dopamine scroll that people are used to on social media. But what I'm kind of shifting towards now is building an information station online, really just trying to provide as much value and education to people. And I think that goes a long way. I believe that the more value that you can give online, the more people can trust you, and the outcome, building up your database and people coming to you for that information, and or ultimately for business. And this whole idea comes from a guy named Alex Hormozi. If you don't know him, I would encourage you to look him up. I think he's the GOAT of scaling businesses, and he's a huge believer in give, and then ask. He puts out tons and tons of videos of just information on how to scale your business, tips and tricks on just getting through the day and growing yourself, growing your personal brand. He uses a ratio of the 10-to-1 ratio. So he produces 10 different videos that it's all just giving information. And on that 11th video, then he'll ask for people to join he has like a school community a bunch of online courses that you can pay for. So what I'm aiming to do is put out educational, high value content that helps people understand, different aspects of the land buying process, home buying process, home building process. And I think over time that builds trust, and ultimate goal is to funnel people, into our, DM boxes on our pages, or the link in our bio that will lead to our landing pages. And every platform is going to be different. Each social media platform has its own algorithm, its own audience behavior. But I know, a lot of us haven't really dove into it fully yet, because it is intimidating and it does take a lot of work. But I don't think it's something that you need to overcomplicate. Of course, just posting, consistently across all platforms is important. Find a niche that, you're comfortable with making, whether that be, trending stuff that you see other people posting, more educational stuff that I briefly talked about, or if you just like taking videos of homes and doing property tours, just find one of those things, post it consistently, and I guarantee you, it'll work on one of those platforms, and then double down on it. If you're finding yourself creating more traction on TikTok, then just consistently post on TikTok or Instagram or Facebook. It's something that you can take nuggets from all these other people, doing this, but at the end of the day, it's something that you're going to have to create on your own, and kind of find your own way to do it. So one of the tools that I use, Instagram and TikTok and Facebook, they all have their little built-in systems to where you can upload, videos and cut it down to what you need it to be, and edit it there. But I'll tell you, CapCut, I'm sure some of us have heard of it. It's pretty much my go-to app when creating videos. So I'm going to show you one that I created. Let's see. Let's see if this works. All right. I hope y'all can see this. So this is a video of one of our listings. I know it looks like there's a lot going on down here, but all I did is this is, I think, a listing that Richmond and Mark had. Is like, this is their original YouTube video that I just uploaded the whole YouTube video to this timeline right here. And I made this voiceover that talks about the property, and it talks about the property and just gives like a good overview with everything that's going on here. And there's a certain method that I use. Typically, I call it the sizzle steak zizzle. And that's usually starts with a question or problem at the beginning, such as, I hope y'all can hear this when it plays.
This is one of the largest ranches for sale in Texas, and here's everything it has to offer.
So at the beginning, I gave something like, this is the largest ranch for sale in Texas. Or you can do, have you been looking for XYZ? And then during the whole video is when I kind of explain it, and I try to keep my voiceover with what's going on the screen, so people can, visually see what's happening, and then I'm kind of explaining on what's happening. And then at the end of each of my videos, I do a call to action usually, and that's going to be in the form of, do you want more information about this property? Or something like, what would you buy this ranch? What do you think about this ranch? What do you think about this property? And that can create some kind of interaction, you know, people going into the comments saying, oh no, like I would never buy this ranch, or like, I wish I had enough money to buy this ranch, stuff like that. And so the more you get people to interact with what you're posting online, the higher it's going to shoot it up in the algorithm and the farther that video is going to go. And so I like CapCut so much because it's super, especially the desktop version. If you try to do it on your phone, you know, you can do it, but it's a lot easier to do it from your computer, just snipping clips and putting them together to flow the way you want it to flow. And you can do certain things like up here in the captions bar, right? It can automatically.
This is one of the largest ranches.
Let's see.
Of the largest ranches for.
Yeah, you can automatically generate captions for your whole video, which you can also do in the social media apps themselves, but I find this to be a lot easier. And so it'll just take any kind of voiceover that you do and automatically generate it to match up with the video. And there's a lot of different transitions that you can add to the videos.
And here's everything it has to offer.
So I think it's a super simple and easy tool to use if you're just trying to get a head start. And there's a lot of templates that they offer as well that kind of follow with what's trending right now.
Yeah, I was going to ask if there's a template that you kind of stick with the most. I get in the weeds with templates.
Honestly, I haven't used a lot of the templates. I gravitate towards more just kind of creating everything from scratch. Just because I've used it a lot, and I feel like I'm pretty quick with just snipping up videos and posting, you know, the voiceovers where they need to go. But by all means, I mean, templates can be a huge tool when using it. So I don't have that answer for you. Sorry. Is there one that you've been using that you know off the top of your head?
No, I'm actually kind of like what you're saying. The templates get so just probably a little bit too fast, a little bit too short for what I think our videos should look like. So I like that you're just doing it yourself, because the templates seem to be short and quick and a way too many actions, or whatever the word is.
Yeah, like they'll have too many transitions, too many, like they're just trying to do too much, and it's taking away from, you know, the message that you're trying to come across. I totally understand that.
Well, the other issue, Leanne, on that is they're trying to get you to use those quick, fast, frenetic templates, because those are the ones that are the algorithm is favoring. So it's kind of I think it's kind of a dilemma figuring out how to make it work for us, but still capture the most views depending on what's trending. You know, do you find putting the right kind of music in there, Kyle, helps finding the trending music? Or are there any hacks to make it still get visible?
So what I've heard and learned, that the more that you edit, this kind of goes against what I'm, you know, explaining why I use CapCut and stuff, but the more you edit within your TikTok and Instagram app, as far as putting captions in, using music in there, the more that platform's going to recognize, okay, you know, this video has been produced by, you know, our product. We're going to push it out there more. So use trending audio that you can find within Instagram and TikTok, Facebook, whatever. There's like, when you're in your video editing section, there's always going to be like an add audio button. Find that, find an audio that goes well with the video and use that. That's going to produce the most. That's going to boost the algorithm within the social media platforms. Does that make sense?
It does. Yeah. Thanks.
Okay, cool. Let's see. Anything else?
I don't want to get off on your presentation, but I want to ask this question before. it, and you can totally say, Leanne, just wait on it. But especially with TikTok, because you were saying fine tuning audio and whatnot, and I see all these hashtags that really have nothing to do with, like, I might want to say ranch for sale in Texas, but you see all these hashtags that are like Whataburger or Chick-fil-A. I don't know, I'm just making something up that has nothing to do with the video. What is that? And is that some, like, what's up with the hashtags for TikTok, for instance? Do you know what I'm saying?
Yes, I'm tracking. There's certain there's pages within those apps to where you can like search for a certain hashtag. Like if you want to look at videos on swimming pools, in Texas, you type in hashtag swimming pools in Texas, and it'll show you, everybody who's posted a video that has that hashtag attached to like their comment section. And so I guess people sometimes are just trying to expand their product into different markets. Like for example, someone was building a custom home. They put the swimming pool hashtag in there. Somebody who's scrolling through, pool videos, they come across your custom home video and they're like, oh, I'm actually, been thinking about looking for a builder. So some people might just be wanting to relate to, that kind of market, that kind of niche, and just more of a broader aspect. As far as, putting Whataburger in your listing video, that just could be just trying to get out there. Use if you use big popular brand names within your content, I've heard that can be recognized as well and kind of can boost your algorithm.
Leanne, also, I think that on TikTok is so weird, and it's hard to understand, but I think also those random hashtags you see are trending hashtags. So that's why they're just so random and off the wall. Like when you go to hashtag something, the ones at the top are trending. So, usually you'll see the FYP, which means for your page. People use that one a lot to boost their video. So I think also they're just trending hashtags. I don't know, correct me if I'm wrong, but I think that's some of the case.
I totally think you're right. Do you think that has a place in the videos? Like, I definitely see like the For You page, and then I'll see like FYUPPPP, like this
Right.
unlimited number of P's. And so I'm like, is that something that you guys think that we should also add to our videos, or no?
I'm still trying to figure it out, to be honest. It's tricky. Kyle, what do you think?
I mean, I see every really popular video that I see has that in there.
Yeah.
So it's like, is it working? I don't know. Is everybody putting, that For You page hashtag in their videos and it's actually working for the people that it works for? I'm not 100% sure. I mean, honestly, it doesn't take that much effort, and it doesn't hurt to do it. That's my opinion.
Yeah, I agree. I think might as well try it. Sometimes it works for me. Sometimes it doesn't. I swear the videos I spend the least amount of time on end up doing the best.
Yeah, I liked your little video the other day of what movie is that from? Is that from Home Alone or something?
Uncle Buck, but it is
Uncle
the
Buck.
kid who plays Home Alone.
That's right. Okay. Yeah, so that's another avenue that you could take, I think, is just finding like those trending, little videos that people post, but kind of, flip it to the real estate side of things, like you did. So, does anybody have any other questions or comments about using CapCut? I know it looks like there's a lot going on, but
Yeah.
Always have questions.
There are some alternatives that have come out just in the past few months to CapCut. Have you tried any of those? Anybody have any experience with the little alternatives? And I can't think of the names of them, but maybe it's Meta that came out with one that they want you to use for Instagram, or am I making all that up out of my imagination?
I So I did get this notification on Instagram a few months ago where they're coming out with their own like video editing platform. I don't know if it's been launched yet, but is that kind of what you're talking about? Maybe.
Yeah, it is, but I think there's another one or two third-party ones out there that are trying to compete with CapCut a little bit. So just wondering if anybody had any experience with them.
Is Edits? Is that it? Is that the name?
You're Googling right now, aren't you?
I had it downloaded on my phone.
While
yeah.
you're looking at that, my question would kind of be an additional to Richmond's. Like when lately, if I do a CapCut in TikTok, not on the desktop version, I have to download it to TikTok to essentially like post it to TikTok first to not have the watermark. Is this CapCut platform on your desktop when you download it and you're ready? Is it putting watermarks, or can you download without the watermark?
So
Or is it paid for subscription?
I do have the pro version because it does give you more tools to use. I know there is a free version. The only watermark I've seen on the free version is at the end of the video. They have like a little clip that just has like the CapCut emblem pop up, and just delete it. Honestly, it's easy to cut out. Or if you export the video and you upload it to Instagram or TikTok, you can kind of slide the clip tool to where you can cut out that little section. So that's the only watermark that I know of within CapCut.
Because I kind of heard that like Facebook and Instagram don't like TikTok, and so if you do kind of have that branded for CapCut or TikTok, like Facebook and Instagram won't like the video, like won't the I just forgot the word, not analytics, but the other word. It
Algorithm.
doesn't algorithm. They don't like seeing that TikTok. Like they don't want to push that other platform, so they are less likely to pick up your reel. Does that make sense?
Yes, correct. And you're right. Like if you post a video on Instagram and it has the watermark, it will not perform as well. There is an app. I don't think TikTok, like once you post a video, it should automatically download to your phone without the watermark, right? I've noticed that recently.
Yeah, but sometimes I don't want to, like, I want to create it in TikTok, but I don't necessarily want to post it on TikTok.
Right.
And so that's where I run into that, where I'm like, dang it. So I just post it to TikTok, right click, and then I go back in and delete it so that I can save it without the watermark.
Right. There's this app. It's called Talk Repost, and I've used it before when TikTok would automatically give you the watermarks no matter what. And I'm trying to think if it works with non-posted TikToks. But try to download. It's called Talk Repost, and I think you can upload TikToks in there with a watermark. It'll take the watermark out.
How are you? What are you saying? How are you spelling that?
Talk, TOK, repost.
Oh, Talk Repost. I was thinking TALK. Okay, thanks.
Plus, yeah. So that's CapCut, and if anybody needs any help, with it, let me know, and I'd be more than happy to sit down with you and kind of walk you through how to upload stuff, how to cut stuff, and how to export certain things.
Are you exporting straight from CapCut on your desktop to those social media platforms, or are you saving it and then opening those and posting?
I'll just export it like this and just use all the standard resolutions, bitrate, all the stuff that it recommends. And then this will go into like my downloads folder on my computer. And then I'll usually just airdrop it from my Mac to my phone and then post it on the app, because I don't like posting on Instagram and TikTok through the desktop, because I just don't think it works very well. Facebook, you can do it. Facebook's really easy. So if you're just posting on Facebook, you can just directly post it from your computer on the platform. And I think once you do export, oh, this is going to take too long. But are you asking like posting directly from CapCut to your social media platforms, like that tool?
Yeah. I don't see it. It's kind of blanked out, I think, because you're downloading the video. But yeah, essentially just like what you just said. I didn't know if you were like saving it and then because like Lisa said too, like it's better, especially if you have an ad, to upload from your phone than your desktop because of
This is
Apple.
one of the largest ranches for sale.
Sorry.
But no, that makes sense, and I think kind of pairing with what Caitlin was saying the other day about convenience of posting things. So I was just curious, like how you were uploading everything, if it was more convenient, or if you were just going through each platform and posting it.
So I've got the export window pulled up right now. I know y'all can't see it. And it's got me two options. You can directly upload to TikTok or directly upload to YouTube. I haven't done this before, honestly. I just do it organically. Because I think in the app you get a little bit more, the TikTok app, you get a little bit more, customized ability with the sounds and anything you need to add to the video.
Be kind of cool, like download the app that Caitlin was talking about on Tuesday, then have all your videos done and upload those and have them planned out and scheduled out. So this all kind of fits in with what she was doing on Tuesday.
I wasn't able to make that meeting. What app was she talking about?
I don't remember the name, but essentially it's like Hootsuite. So she's scheduling out all of her social media pages with video and content and everything. So I'm like, this really falls in line with that.
Absolutely. Yeah. I mean, I've been guilty to not like finding a software that will make it more convenient as far as scheduling and stuff. I think I've just done it so much that it just doesn't take me that long to do it. But absolutely, use every kind of software and
Yeah, here
to leverage that.
she sent that follow-up email, and so it's metrical.
Mhm.
So get her email that she sent from the meeting, and you'll see that. So I think that it's kind of cool because then you're working so hard on your videos, you want to make sure you get them out there. Because sometimes too, I make a video and then I never really get as much use out of it as I should.
Absolutely. And honestly, ChatGPT has been a lifesaver when creating videos. I mean, I use it for everything. And what I usually do is I just type out like a very long paragraph on what my idea is as I'm just like talking to someone about it. And then at the end of it, I'll just say, make me a 15-second script for this video with this specific tone, this specific call to action, in this certain style, and it'll just pop it out super quick. And it's usually pretty accurate and pretty good as far as helping you create your videos and learning those scripts, because I think that's one of the hardest part is just getting them planned out and having a pretty solid script. So
Are you using a microphone that feeds into CapCut, or are you like say recording that audio on your phone and loading that audio onto CapCut?
I use a microphone. There's a few different companies. DJI makes one, and it's like the little handheld one that you can clip onto your shirt if you're, out and about and you want to record some video. Rode also makes one. Rode makes a good little microphone that you can clip onto your shirt. But for my videos like the one I just showed y'all, I use a big microphone like this. it just produces really, really good audio. So I think it just sounds a lot better versus just talking into your computer. Because that's another thing is just the quality of your videos go a long way. So if you just spend a little extra time, with the audio and in the clips, especially in the beginning of the videos, because you have honestly like 2 seconds, to capture someone's attention. And with it, if you're not really crisp and clear with your point at a good quality in those 2 seconds, I mean, you're going to lose their attention and you're not going to accomplish the goal that you're trying to.
Can you tell the group about that app/platform that you connected me with the AI voiceovers? That's been huge for me.
Yes. It's called
I'm exploiting all your tips and tricks,
All
Kyle.
My Secrets.
Yeah, I'm sorry.
It's all good. Yeah, let me pull it up. So it's called 11 Labs. And it's taking a while to load. Come on, sorry.
The reason that I brought that up is because I think when you talk about voice and imagery, the video, like I use like a heavier, ranchier male voice, and I think it fits with my video versus my voice. My voice might be better for something else. I was telling Richmond about it, and he was like, "No, I like your voice," and I was like, "Okay, thank you," but like I think that some of these voices that you can get really fit well with the video and give it that much more, just more of a cinematic presentation.
Yes, absolutely. Because I mean, yeah, that deep rancher voice is going to work really well for like a big ranch listing. But if you have a cute little cottage home, downtown Bernie on the river or something, then maybe like a female voice might work better. So yeah, this software, 11 Labs, it really can help you out with that. And all I did for example, this script is I had Chat GPT help me make it, and then you copy and paste, and then you can choose what voices you want. So let's see which one. I usually use this guy, I think.
The world is round, and the place which may seem like the end may also be the.
And it's pretty smooth with how it talks. I mean, it sounds like a real person is talking, and then there's a bunch of.
Just trust yourself, then you will.
I mean, they have tons and tons of different voices, so you can kind of go through all of them and see which one's going to work best for your video. And you have to pay for it, but you can buy like a certain amount of credits, and it's honestly not that expensive. But just another way to level up your videos and doing your own voiceovers. It's good when people like your sphere are watching the videos, I would say, because they know it's your voice. They know who's talking, and you can kind of connect with them on that level as well. But it does take time to edit it, because you want to limit the amount of, I guess, lag time that you're giving out information within videos. So I try to eliminate pauses, stutters, anything that's just not information in a very high quality, smooth process. So yeah. Well, that's kind of all I had today. If anybody's got any questions or topics they want to talk about, bring it on.
No, this was good, Kyle. I appreciate you taking the time to share this with us.
Absolutely.
Yeah, some of us old timers are trying to get or I am anyway, get my head wrapped around all of this, and learning from you is great and I appreciate it. I appreciate you sharing, what you know, and the little things help a lot.
Yeah, I have no problem sharing, everything that I've done, um, and what has worked for me. Because honestly, I think what's going to work for me isn't going to work for anybody else, and it's just you're gonna have to find what works for you through, consistently, of course, failing and doing what you like. Like you can go through all these people who are posting all these videos and are getting thousands and thousands of views, and you could copy it and do the exact same thing, and it might not work for you. But you can do that and then alter it to where it's going to fit your style. It's going to fit what's going to work for you best, and then just stick with that and double down on it. That's been my approach.
Are you running any ads on any of those platforms with the content that you're doing?
No, I'm not, but that's going to be something I'm going to do. So my model is right now, like I kind of discussed, is, information, education, putting it all out there for people just to try to learn something. And then as soon as one of those videos pop off, get a bunch of views, I can then just add like a 5-second or 3-second call to action. Click the button down below, click learn more to download, your free land buying guide today, sign up for these classes. And then that's what I'm going to run ads for. So if a video does do really well, then that's when you turn it into an ad, instead of just kind of counting on a video to produce well without posting it and seeing how it does organically.
Nice. Well, thanks again.
Absolutely. Let's see if I had anything else. No, I think that's it. Anybody needs any help with anything, just let me know. More than happy to.
Thanks, Kyle.
Of course.
Thanks. Y'all have a good rest of the week.
All right. Bye-bye.